How's it going, y'all? How's it going? All right, I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna get into this. So the title is "Start Being Around People Who Think the World of You." All right, because this is one of the most this right here is one of the most one of the most common ways that you could downplay your success. So these are basically me giving you a list of choosing friends, the do's and the don'ts. All right. So, number one, don't build friendships with uncommitted people. All right. So if somebody is not committed to me and somebody in friendship seem one sided, it seems like I'm the only one that's pushing for a friendship. I'm the only one that's inviting this person's places. When this person has a get together or a party, they don't invite me. I am not going to want to be friends with that person. Okay. Number two, do not be friends with somebody that you can't trust. That's number two. Or vice versa, they don't trust you. So, what tends to happen when you try to build relationships with people who you don't trust, you're going to stop inviting that person places. You're going to stop hanging around that person in certain areas and certain times. And then vice versa, if they don't trust you, then that's how friendships and relationships become one-sided. You start not getting invited places. You start missing out on, you know, social gatherings that that person may have, and they don't want to hang out with you on their free time. So don't build a relationship or friendship with uncommitted people. Number two, don't build a friendship with a untrustworthy person who has not gained your trust through a period of time. This is the main cause of how people get backstabbed because they don't make people gain their trust. They just give it to they just give it to them. So when you build relationships and friendships with people who has not gained your trust yet, that is one of the number one ways how you often get backstabbed. That's how you get backstabbed because you're building a friendship, you're building trust, and you're giving somebody your trust that doesn't even that you're not even sure are they worthy of your trust yet. And you're just giving somebody your trust just because they're a brother or a sister and it's true. Oh, this person can't backstab you. This person can't talk about you behind your back. This person can't tell your business. People step inside this truth and think there's a force field between themselves and the world. No, does not mean we are not still dealing with people who are of the world. We still live in this world. So, number three, don't expect much from people. Keep your circle small. Also, there was a study shown that the average friendship lasts 7 years. Now, I want you to close your eyes. I want y'all to close your eyes because I just said that the average friendship lasts 7 years. Close your eyes. All right. And I want you to imagine how many people you are friends with or have been friends with for 7 years. And I also want you to think about how many people or friendships that you started that did not make it to 7 years and didn't even make it to a year. How many people? Oh, there's a ton of people that I thought my friendship would last 7 years, but it didn't. But there's probably only one or two people at the top of your head. It said the average friendship lasts 7 years. So if your friendship didn't even last a year, your friendship was nowhere near average. That person was nowhere near meant to be your friend. The average friendship lasts 7 years. Okay. So don't look at everyone you associate yourself with as friends because a friendship is a big commitment that is not one sided. A friendship is a very big commitment. Be around people who think the world of you. I'm getting to the age and success of my life to where I want to be around people who think the world of me. If you guys are around people to where you could pop up missing, you could go ghost for 2, 3 weeks, 2 months, all that, and they don't even call you, okay, that's not your real friends. Because real friends gonna hunt you down. That's what real friends gonna do. I wish I got a friend on my phone right now. I've been talking to him since I've been in, since I was in school. And if we go at least a month without talking, we gonna hunt each other down. I went 6 months without talking to this. 6 months of talking to me. He was like, "Yeah, I finally found your phone number. I had to call around, but I found your phone number. You ain't getting away from me." That's how real friends are. Okay, real friends and real people who are committed to you, they're just not going to allow you to walk out their life. So if you got friends who don't give a damn about your presence, who don't appreciate your presence, I can tell you one thing, they will appreciate your absence. Number four, and I want you guys to really understand this. Please know that nosy people are very untrustworthy. Yes, people who always in other people's business, repeating things you shouldn't be repeating, and always find themselves in subjects that are private or others may look at it as something they may criticize you about. So avoid personal conversations with people who you are not close to. So if you are not close with this person, okay, avoid personal conversation. And how a lot of people can also avoid a lot of the drama. Your coworkers, they're not your friends, they're your competition. All right. People don't look at you like they're your friends. When you start reaching a certain amount of success out here, people do not look at you as your friend. They look at you as somebody who's uppity, and they have a competition over you. This is not a communistic society. Neither will the kingdom of heaven be a communist society. I got scriptures on it. So this is a place of competition. This world is a place where people will dirty mac you. Dirty macking is basically tearing you down to make their character or image look better or superior. So number five, if you see genuine loyalty, trustworthy, and respect out of a person who you're friends with, keep them around as long as possible. You don't want you if you don't keep them as long if okay, let me read this over again. I'm sorry. If you see genuine loyalty and trustworthy and respect out of a person who you're friends with, keep them around as long as possible. If you don't, then you cheated yourself out of a true, loyal, and trustworthy friend. Number six, hanging around fake friends will ruin your self esteem and it can possibly ruin your life. Suicide, for an example. Do you know why people commit suicide most of the time? Because they feel like they're stuck in a world where people don't give a damn about them. That's the reason why most people commit suicide. So if you're hanging around people who don't give a damn about you, if you hang around people who doesn't even have good deeds towards your friendships, you need to cut that person off. That's going to ruin your self esteem and possibly can ruin your life. I don't want to be sitting up hanging around somebody who's on drugs and shit like that, and police pull us over and we got dope in the car. Now we're both getting charged. Okay, so that's it when it comes to that. So I'm gonna create another tab right here, and I'm gonna go through some scriptures, um, and give you guys more of a lecture on basically basically what the scriptures give you guys some scriptures on what is basically, and I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Share screen, Chrome tab. Let's go to Proverbs 18, verse 24. A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. So there are people out there that will love you as good as a brother. Okay, there are such people out there like that. But people that have friends that are jealousy, friends that don't care if you even come around, friends that don't care, that just don't have your best interests. There's a lot more of them out there. Okay, there's a lot of more fake friends out there than good friends. Okay, so let's jump over here to Proverbs. Since we in Proverbs, we go over here to Proverbs 27 and 17. It says that Proverbs 27 and 17, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. So you guys keep each other in check. You guys keep each other in line. You know that's a good friend right there. That's a pretty good friend right there. You guys keeping each other in check. You guys looking out for each other. You being his wingman, he being your wingman. You guys are there during a time of trouble. You know, that's a good friend. That's a good friend right there. He'll tell you if you sinning and doing all type of stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. Your friend could tell you to your face if you are in the wrong and not agree with every damn thing you say. So this is basically good friends, loyalty, and respect. Let me guys show you show you something that you guys probably ain't never seen before. But this is 41 and 8. Okay, so let me show you guys something. This is Isaiah 41 verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. The Lord called Abraham his friend. Do you know why? The Lord, the Most High don't build relationships with uncommitted people. Okay? Abraham really committed himself to the Lord that he was willing to kill his own son over him. That's the Lord. He called Abraham his friend. So you guys need to take a look at that. All right? Now, here's some more stuff. Let's look up some more scriptures. Like I said, you guys stop hanging around people who don't care about you. All right? This is Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay? And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the afflictions and lust. If we live in the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one to another, envying one another. This is a good friend right here. All this right here. That's a good friend right here. We shouldn't be sitting up envying one another and trying to be like one another. That's not going to turn out to be a good friendship. If a man is envying you, first signs of that, and you may want to cut that guy loose. First Timothy 3:10. And these also first be proved, then let them um and let these also first be proved, then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless. Even so must their wives be grave, no slanderers, sober, faithful in all things. Let the deacons be the husbands of one wife, ruling their children and their own houses well. Okay, because these are things that basically Paul wanted every man to have. He wanted him to be certain ways. Paul just didn't accept these deacons how they were. Paul wanted them to be in order, their houses to be in order, their wives to be submissive. He wanted everything in order for that church that he was running, for Timotheus. Okay? This is James 3 and 13. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him shew out of a good conversation his works with meekness and wisdom. So you guys got to understand, we want to be hanging around people with wisdom. All right. So we're supposed to prove a man by his conversations. Okay. If a man is sitting up there always talking about robbing somebody, killing somebody, if he's always talking about some adultery stuff, always talking about something crazy, he's always slandering another brother, tail bearing, we can prove our friends by conversation. I had people that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to be their friend, but then they went ahead and they started tailbearing, slandering other brothers, and I said, oh, nope, I don't care if you're a part of this truth or not. I don't care if you're an elder or a deacon or not. Nope, don't want to be a friend. Why? Because you tell somebody else's business, you'll tell mine. And the person that they did that to was a part of that ministry for like years, years, and I'm like, well, shoot, I just got in here. What you think you're gonna do to me? I'm fresh. So you guys got to really you prove people through the conversations that you hold with them. That's one way how to prove to them. Yes, action speaks louder than words, but you do prove people through the conversations that you have with them. Now this is Sirach. I can't type onto my apocrypha, but this is Sirach 4:22. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. So we're not even supposed to accept friendships with people that are against us. So did David accept Saul as a friend? Hell no. But David made sure he behaved himself in a manner to where David seemed almost invisible. Okay, you don't want to be friends with someone who's against you or who wants you to fall. All right, that's a no no. Sirach 6:5-17. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Now let's jump back up here to verse 6 on Sirach, the 6th chapter. Okay, when it says, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000, what does that mean? We're not supposed to confide in everybody. We're not supposed to tell everybody our business. Yes, the Most High says we are supposed to basically confess our sins. Yes, we're supposed to confess our sins. As a matter of fact, let me get that. We're supposed to confess our sins, yes, but we're not supposed to be telling everybody our business because we got people who's going to take it and use it against you. We got people after you are repented and turned away from whatever filthiness, sin, whatever act you did, they're going to take it, they're going to use it against you, they're going to take it, they're going to spread everything about you. And now you're sitting up wondering, well, why people feel this way about me or why people feel that way about me? Well, it's because you openly said something that you could have just settled with the Most High, and then you would have been good for the most part. But have one counselor but 1,000. I'm not saying that you're supposed to just hold all your problems in and stuff like that. But the scriptures, even the scriptures, say have one counselor but 1,000. So that don't mean out of your ministry of like 100 people, you supposed to go uh blabbermouth all your problems to. Because how do you know those are good counselors? How do you know that those people are good people? Have not but one counselor out of 1,000. That's why the scriptures say that. So, verse 7, if thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. See, some people, this is another reason why people get backstabbed and a lot of friendships fail, is because you did not prove that friend before you got him. You were just, oh, he's a brother or sister in this truth. He seems nice. Well, let me confide in him. Let me label him my friend. For some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of trouble. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of affliction. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends. Separate yourself from your enemies and take heed of your friends. Keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Okay, we are supposed to separate ourselves from our enemies. If a person is an enemy of yours, separate yourself from them. They are not your friends. Okay? A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure. Nothing doth contravail a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is a medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship aright, for as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So people will want to be friends with basically that are like minded. Okay, we don't want to build friendships with people that are nowhere near like us. Sirach 8 and 3. Let me look that up real quick. KJV. Strive not with a man that is full of tongue, and heap not wood upon his fire. So do not even hang out with people who are blabbermouths. Let's read that again. Strive not with a man that is full of tongue, and heap not wood upon his fire. So when somebody starts, strive not with a man that's full of tongue and heap not wood upon his fire. You know what that means? If this man is sitting up here gossiping, He's sitting up here running his mouth. Don't even empathize with him. Don't even participate in it. Don't heap wood upon his fire. All right. Don't add to it. All right. Distance yourself from him. Hell, block their number. That's what I start doing. I start blocking numbers. Sirach 9 and 10. Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. You know why? Because that friend, that old friend, you've already proven. Okay, that new friend, you're still in the process of proving. All right, that's why it says that we can't be building friendships. Friendships, a lot of friendships are just not gonna last. So that old friend, oh, what's up? What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. You know, sometimes life separates you. All right. Sometimes life separates you. People get to move in to different cities, towns across the map. You know, people start moving away because of a job. But that person you already proved. Those new friends, all right, that old friend is more trustworthy than those new ones. Sirach 9 and 15. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication the law of the Most High. And let just men eat and drink with thee, and let thy glorying be in the fear of the Lord. Sirach 12, 8 through 9. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. So we want to pretty much keep good company, you guys. All right, that's my point of the video because I hate to see people. I hate to see people who are going through a lot. You know, I hate to see that. When really and truly, all you got to do is really examine the people you're around. Now, me personally, I'm not open to making a whole lot of friends. I feel like I have enough friends. Okay, but if I get somebody later on down the line that really cares and really wants to be a part of my life, then I'm not going to cheat that person out of that. So, all in all, start being around people that think the world of you. You don't want to be around people that do not care about you. Okay, that's going to mess up your self esteem and that could potentially mess up your life. All right, shalom, you guys.